Again. We should be starting back up now. We should be back. Let's see what happens.
Might want to ask Andy in Colorado about that because I was wondering, it might be your logic board or something.
No, you know what I think it is? It's because, there's so much dust and dirt around here. I get a lot of dust and dirt inside my computer. I have a feeling it's that.
Does it feel like it gets hot?
Not really. But I got to spray. I need to spray it out again.
Yeah, compressed air.
Yeah. That's another reason why I'm trying to build this new little room. Yeah, I broke it again, Hope. I broke it again. I think we're back. Hope is typing, so. Anyways, shit. I was trying to explain this stuff here.
Much better than men, of course.
Great.
Being physically strong is not one of them. For proof, see pull-ups.
Like bacon, sewing.
That's from a long time ago. All right, there we go. Great, now they're shoving, or they're shoving. Anyways, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. What's up, Robin? Drunk Uncle's going to the store, going to get something.
No, I thought the dogs wanted to come in, but they're not there, so they must have got distracted by something.
Who knows? I'm up there. Let's do the co-host. Not on Discord yet. We'll put us both up here. I keep forgetting to do this sometimes. Oh, and then I got to move Drunk Uncle because Gimp is in here. I wish every time somebody came in, it wouldn't switch these freaking windows around, but it does. Makes it a pain in the ass for me. Yeah, we're
you
back.
would think it was like auto snap or something.
Right? But it doesn't. So stores can be mean to you. They tempt you with delicious free samples. Music. I know. Let's see. Shopping direction, a store. Science. I know there's something. I thought it was people normally go to the left because I remember I was like, I always go to the right. Store layout science. Let's see was this it? Shoppers behavior. Let's see. The area where shoppers first enter the store is commonly known by retailers as the decompression zone. The decompression zone is vital to shoppers need time to transition from where they were to where they're coming. Invariant light, another Underhill's term, refers to the fact that the vast majority of shoppers will head off towards the right-hand side of the store. Okay, I was wrong. The invariant right, another Underhill's terms, refers to the fact that the vast majority of shoppers will head off towards the right-hand side of the store. The reason behind this are debated, though some believe it is as simple as the fact that most people are right-handed. There we go. I knew it was something. I knew people went a certain way. Customer flow, to structure your pathways. We know that most shoppers enter the store and head off towards the right and travel in a counterclockwise direction. With this knowledge, you can adapt your store to guide shoppers around your shop to ensure they visit the areas you most want them to visit. You may not have aisles within your store, but with clever use of racks, furniture, and displays, you can create a clear path for your customers to walk around. I don't know who unplugged it, Mike. Somebody did. Give them space, especially for us crippled people. Slow it down. Create breaks along the pathways that will naturally slow your customers down while navigating your store. Yeah, you especially do that your most expensive stuff. Where to place your checkout within a store is an important decision, and store layout science can help. A study by Ipsos on behalf of the paper chase compared the performance of shops that had the till point at the front of the store with those stores that had the till at the back of the store. They found that locating the till point at the front of the store detracts from the shopping experience. So just 33% of the shoppers visited the entire store. So they want you to go to the back.
Yeah.
They said that's
hard to monitor customers that way.
Yeah. Well, think about it. You ever go to Walgreens or CVS? You got to go pick up your pills. Why do you think the pharmacy's all the way in the back? Because you got to walk through
something on the way back there that you
right. Exactly. Eddie and Drunk. Georgia just legalized weed for medical use. So what will happen next? What will I be able to purchase? They said retail should start popping up in a couple of months. So first thing you're going to see are doctors. What's up, Dawnbreak? The first thing you're going to see are doctors. So you're going to go to a doctor, and you're going to have to get a medical marijuana card from this doctor. In California.
Okay. Before we go too much farther, there's something that you really need to look into if you want to go the medical marijuana route.
All right.
I think you have to give up your guns. For medical marijuana. In places where it's recreational, that's a different story. But I'm pretty sure, like, because I had a veteran tell me, he's like, if you get a medical marijuana card, like, you're not supposed to own guns. Maybe it's just a handgun, and you can still have, like, a shotgun or something. That I don't know. But I have heard that.
Well, let's look this up real quick. Medical marijuana and guns. Because I've heard different stories on this.
Yeah.
Can you own a gun with a medical marijuana card? It says, does being a medical marijuana patient affects one's Second Amendment rights? Asked differently, can you legally own a gun with a medical marijuana card? Unfortunately, the simple answer is no, because the federal government says cannabis is illegal and considers it a Schedule I drug. Medical cannabis users are thought to be utilizing a controlled substance. As such, according to federal law, medical marijuana patients cannot legally purchase firearms. It says, however, gun and cannabis laws vary from state to state, and there's much more to cannabis and gun ownership than meets the eye. So I guess it depends. I guess it all depends. And I find that hard to believe. You know why? Because think about that. Opium is a Schedule I drug, right? But if your doctor prescribes you oxycodone or morphine, that doesn't mean they're going to take away your guns.
Because
right?
It's federally legal if prescribed by a doctor.
Uh-huh.
But you would think that the same thing would have to, that's because it's not federal. So the federal thing is just, if that's what puts the, messes it up. So I guess it's up to the state on how much that they even want to enforce that.
Right.
Because technically, I mean, if it's something that's federally legal, you're not supposed to do it. You can do it, but it just depends on how much this is from my understanding, how much it angers the federal government. Like California, I heard like whenever they first, started doing the marijuana, everything was, okay. And then their interstate started to go to shit. And from what I understand is it must have upset the federal government so much they started pulling back on federal funding that went to there. So things that were federal funded, like the interstates,
right on,
were disarray.
Apparently, they already have it in Georgia. What do you want the link to, Aiden? What do you want the link to? It looks like you already have medical marijuana in Georgia. Well, so here's what I can tell you what happened in California when I went to get my medical marijuana license. Basically, I went to this doctor. It was called 420 Doctor or something like that. I set up an appointment. It was $60 to see the doctor. So you sign up, you pay the $60. He walks you back there, and he's like, "So, what ails you today?" And I told, like, well, I got anxiety and I got back pain and this and that. And he's like, okay. And he's like, here you go. Here's your medical marijuana license. Then you had to pay, it was like $10 for them to send the certificate to some, they had to send your certificate off to some place to where it was verified. So when you went to the medical to get some weed, the store could look it up on that website and make sure you're legal. And then they gave you the option of you could buy a card or not. For like $5, it looked just like a California ID, except mine had like Stewie smoking weed on it or something like that. Aiden, I can't give it to you today. How about next time, buddy? I don't think this will be a good time for you to join the conversation. It's a little bit over your age group, I would say. Right, Drunk? I don't think we need to bring Mr. Nice Guy's son into a weed conversation. He'd kick our ass. Your dad would be very upset with us, so.
Hit us up when you're at least 18.
No, we'll bring him on the show. You know, next time you're with your dad, Aiden, I'll bring you on the show.
Yeah, like into like conversations like this.
Yeah. Next time you're with your dad, Aiden, I'll bring you on the show, okay? I promise. Dude, I bought this stuff the other day. It's
stuff?
It's a snack spread, right? It's made with real butter. It's a butter salted caramel. And you just dip your pretzels in there. Man, it's good. It's addicting.
Watch on the replay. You don't have your camera on.
I don't? Oh, because that's right. Sorry. I forgot. There we go. See, it's this stuff. It's a salted... It's like a caramel. Oops, that's showing you the wrong side. It's the Challenge Dessert Caramel Butter. When you were younger, did you ever take... You take butter and you mix it with honey? And then you could put it on like bread. No, you never did that. It's kind of like what this.
One thing I mix with honey is mustard.
Ooh, that's good too. I miss you too, Aiden. I really do miss you, big guy. We all miss you, buddy. Anyways, we haven't done any news yet. We should do the news, huh? We never get Dawn to come up in here on the show. Dawn, how come you don't come on the show? She'll call me on the phone, but she won't come on the show. I think that's rude of her.
She's scared.
Are you scared? Are you scared, Dawn? We won't hurt you. We won't bite. Only unless you want us to.
I used to have fangs for that.
Fangs?
Yep.
What the heck is this stuff? Stupid fox. Honey, peanut butter, and banana. Ooh, that one sounds good too. Uh-oh, Randy's in here. I don't know if your husband would like that, Randy. What's that, Drunk?
Yeah, let's take out the banana and we got a party.
You don't like banana?
Don't like bananas. Don't know why. Don't like bananas or coconuts or onions.
Okay,
There's probably a lot of avocado. I'll punch all of them in the face at the same time.
Now, I love avocado. I love banana. I hate onions. And I hate coconut. So, we're kind of on the same page.
I never gave avocado a chance. Isn't guacamole made from avocados?
Yes.
Okay. That was one of my first jobs as a Tex-Mex restaurant. And I had to make the guacamole. And it's the same reason why I hate scallops and oysters. They may be good, but I'm not going to fucking try it because I used to have to make them. I'm just not doing it.
Speaking of that, you know what? I'm going to eat me some edibles right now. We're going to have a nice little caramel full of THC. Thank you very much. Want to see my gun while I'm eating some weed? Oh my gosh, banana pudding, banana cream pie. Deep fried bananas. A banana on a stick with chocolate all around it.
Nope.
You know what I tried that's really good is a deep fried peach. They had that at the fair one year. All right, let's get to this. DOJ is stonewalling requests for details on the implementation of Biden's federal election scheme. What the hell is this Biden's federal election scheme? Have you heard anything about this, Drunk Uncle? Biden's
federal election.
Yeah.
No. I didn't get to watch the news today. I barely got through. It was kind of a busier day. So I barely got through Crowder, but they didn't.
They didn't?
No, I don't.
Crowder is behind lately. Have you noticed that? Like, what story did they talk about today that we had on our news like 3-4 days ago? Which one was it?
The toilet?
Yeah, the toilet. Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
I was like, we did that last week, Crowder. Come on, step it up. Let's see, 2 weeks.
I literally thought in the beginning he had laryngitis or something, because I was like, he's sitting third chair and he's talking through the thing. I was like, holy fuck, he's got laryngitis or something. He fooled me.
See, I don't watch it. I just listen to it because I was working.
You don't remember at the very beginning, anti-virus.
Yeah, I heard that kind of stuff. Yeah, but like I said, I wasn't watching it, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, he had one of those machines pressed to his neck.
Ah, I gotcha.
You just mouth the stuff, and then I guess it regurgitates it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Sneaky Pete, you're right. I don't like Gerald. Like, Dave Landau. The first couple of days, Dave Landau sucked in the chair, but then he got a lot better. I don't like Gerald at all. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of Gerald. Gerald, I know you're not watching my show, but Gerald, if somebody shows this to you, I'm sorry, bro. I just don't like you. Especially, and I think it all started one day because Drunk Uncle pointed it out. Like when Dave Landau first came on, Drunk was like, you notice how Gerald's trying to make sure he gets his points in and stuff, like almost like he's pissed off because they brought in Dave Landau and he didn't get to move up. Remember when you told me that?
There's little slights that have been in there, like that they almost acknowledge that there's tension between them.
Right.
Like they, at one point in time, they had to switch seats or something, and they had to like change the level of the cameras. But I think Landau said that it's like they put us to where we can't even see each other for a reason or something. Like he laid it out as a joke, but when you already think that there's a little bit of turmoil there, it's like, okay, so
yeah,
maybe. But Crowder said something about maybe like a month ago that made me kind of, I guess, realize why he stays around.
Mm-hmm.
That I guess Gerald's been his friend for like 15, 20 years. Yeah. They've been friends for a long time.
Maybe. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Aiden, you know what? I'll call your dad and we'll set up a date for you to come on the show, okay, big guy? We'll bring you on the show. Yeah, no, man. I think you're right. I think you're totally right, Drunk Uncle. They've been friends for a long time. Well, anyways, let's get back to this. 2 weeks before the November midterms, the Justice Department is fighting a Freedom of Information Act request on how it is enforcing President Joe Biden's executive order that directed federal agencies to engage in what government watchdog group calls an unconstitutional taxpayer-funded get-out-the-vote effort designed to benefit the president's political party. Interesting. So the orders from March 2021 promoting access to voting states that executive departments and agencies should partner with state, local, tribal, and territorial election officials to protect and promote the exercise of the right to vote. People aren't allowed to do that. They're not allowed to do that. Interesting. And it says they're trying to get more people. They want to get more Democrats out to vote. It sounds like it's going to be a red wave, but people, just because it sounds like it's going to be a red wave doesn't mean you don't go vote still. Still go vote. Because if everybody says, oh, it's going to be a red wave, I don't need to vote, and then nobody votes, then you're fucking screwed, right? So no matter what, folks.
Into perspective at all. Like, I watch Crowder, I watch Tim Pool, and I watch most of the time I'm watching, and y'all are going to laugh when y'all hear this, but I got to keep tabs on what the crazies are saying. I watch MSNBC in between Crowder and Tim Pool.
Really?
So there's like 4 or 5 hours where I'm constantly going to pretty much every MSNBC video there is. And then I like to go to the comments and fuck with people.
Yeah.
But it's amazing on the difference in what like if you only watch Fox News, OAN, or Newsmax, or whatever mainstream media that you decide to consume, like there's two totally different things going on. Over here, we're going to talk about this, this, and that. Over here, we're going to talk about this, this, and that. Like MSNBC is completely silent on Darrell Brooks.
Really?
And possibly this like Hunter Biden is like implicated in over like 300 crimes. You know, of course they're going to be silent about that, but I'm sure on the other side that they're focusing on.
Yeah.
But they show polls to where, granted, I did catch this. MSNBC is using an NBC poll. So, yeah. But it shows that they're in favor, like by slightly. But Tim Pool generally uses an aggregate, so he'll pull like the top 10 like polling companies, and he gets the median from those. And in those, a lot of the times the right is looking good, but not by a whole lot.
I gotcha.
Overall.
Right on.
Everybody, you got to get out and vote.
Definitely get out.
I'm telling you, I don't care what mainstream media you listen to. They are not being 100% honest with you, whether you watch left or right.
Yeah.
They're definitely not being 100% honest with you. You got to get out there and vote.
For damn sure. Even if they say it's going to be a red wave, you still got to get out there and vote. Still got to. Because, you know, like I said, you know, some people are not going to go out and vote because of that. And then what if we're 3 votes short?
Yeah.
What if we're 1 vote short? Anyways, all right. So former Levi's executive says woke capitalism has taken over corporate boardrooms. Is there such a thing as woke capitalism? That doesn't sound right. Former Levi's brand president who says the company... Huh?
I said I think I might know where they're going with this story, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Company pushed her out over her outspokenness against COVID-19 school closures, has written a book condemning wokeness, and says the movement has spread from academia into corporate boardrooms because most CEOs do not have the guts to stand up against it. In an excerpt published in the New York Post, she says many executives want to distance themselves from the greedy image of the past business leaders. What's wrong with being greedy? If people will buy your shit, then they'll buy your shit. You ever go to a liberal market? You ever go to a liberal store? They're selling you fucking cents that cost like 2 cents to make, and they're selling it to you like $50. What's that actress, that blonde actress that sells shit? She was selling a lot of fake shit for like thousands of dollars. And she's woke. They made fun of her on Crowder a lot. Damn it. But she would sell stuff like, by putting this little sticker on your hand. You remember those little bracelets that they used to sell you at the goddamn store? Or you go to a thing and they'd be like, "Oh, put this thing on and your balance is gonna be so much better. It's gonna take away all your pain." You remember? I bought one of those fucking things, right? You know, they're like, hold out your hands and let me push, and then they'd push you down, and they say, "Here, put this bracelet on," and then they push you, and they couldn't put your hand down anymore. It was like a big old fake thing, right? She sells stuff like that. No, not Alyssa Milano. She's not blonde. What is her name?
I'm trying to.
She sold it was just a sticker. You'd put it on your hand, and it said it was, the balance band. Sneaky Pete's probably sold a lot of those. What the fuck is that chick's name? Hold on. I gotta look her up.
Is it Jenny McCarthy?
No. Actress who sells her farts. Well, let's read that. Stephanie Matto, no. Actress, Gwyneth Paltrow, right? Gwyneth Paltrow, isn't that her? Gwyneth Paltrow selling rocks. Oh yeah, like she sold those rocks. That's what it was. Goop. That's what it is. Gwyneth Paltrow. That's this chick. She was selling. Remember, she was selling those eggs for your vagina, right?
No, I'm not in the market for things.
For your vagina, no. First it was Steam. Now Gwyneth Paltrow website Goop is promoting another thing that you can put in your vagina. No, not Goop. This time it's a jade egg. Yes, for just let's see, Goop.com. She got a lot of trouble. Did you say Gwyneth Paltrow? I'm sorry, Andy. Okay, so let's see what made by Goop. Like she wellness. Let's look at her wellness shit. Aromatherapy. So she's selling a diffuser for $123. An oil for $48. Essential oils for $50. You know, these oils are fucking nothing to make, I'm sure. What's the most expensive thing on her? Let's do immunity.
Yeah, like click on the oil and tell me how many milliliters it is and what's the scent.
Okay.
'Cause I might be able to get how much it's cost to make it.
Uma Pure Calm Wellness Oil. It's $85 with free shipping. Ingredient. It's 1 full ounce. 1 ounce. That's nothing.
So, I think that's 120 milliliters. Shortly shy of 100 and...
It's chamomile oil, velveteer oil, jasmine oil, geranium oil, sandalwood oil, lavender oil, sage. This probably costs, what, 10 cents to make? Maybe $1 altogether?
The packaging and the presentation probably costs more than the ingredients it took to make.
Right? You didn't know?
Because I could probably go to Perfume Apprentice and get these same basics.
Let's see, what's the most... They had something they were selling for like $1,000. I'm trying... Oh, look at the artist! Oh my goodness. Wait till it pops up on your screen, drunk uncle. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm not gonna say what it is. Wow. I gotta move on already.
Like a Gumby hand.
Yeah, a Gumby hand.
That's what we'll say it is.
A Gumby hand. There you go. Holy shit. Gwyneth Paltrow is selling all kinds of stuff like this. Oh, I guess this one's for guys. Wow. Okay, I'm looking in the wrong section. Immunity. Yeah. Let's look under immunity.
We got young eyes around.
That's true. She's selling a juicer for $500. Let's just see how much a normal juicer costs. How much does a normal juicer cost? Uh-oh, hot damn's in the house. You can buy a Ninja juicer for $99 at Best Buy. This chick's selling her juicer for $599. Let's talk about being woke, right? This is woke. Woke capitalism. I know she sold something that was like $1,000. I'm trying to find it. Frickin' A. Beauty. Oh, don't even get me started on beauty products. Oh my goodness. Mindfulness. Let's look at mindfulness. Okay, a gem.
Yeah, if any of our ingredients come from inside or outside of the United States, I mean, the only argument I can think for her to like be selling things that are much more expensive than others that you can find is that it's completely American made, manufactured, assembled, and sold. Because we all know that you can go over to China and get it made by some like little Chinese boy that's 8 years old putting together your Nikes.
Right.
So if she has ingredients that come from outside the United States,
right,
yeah,
like
it's hard to pull off the woke stuff.
Yeah. All right, well, look at this. So she's for $2,000, you can buy a rainbow mat. It's a healthy line rainbow mat is filled with 7 types of natural gemstones: amethyst, sodalite, blue lace agate, green aventurine, yellow aventurine, and red jasper. They warm up with far infrared heat to become a hot stone surface that can help you relax and ease your tension in your body. $2,000 for this thing. My step for $2,000, you can buy an infrared sauna. She's selling a mat for $2,000.
Maybe it's the chakra, bro. You gotta align your chakra.
Hope's like, does it fly? Right? Does it fly? Let's see what else does she have that's expensive. But I mean, this is how freaking woke this chick is. She's woke capitalist. She's making money off of you, but capitalism's bad, right? Here we go. The Power Dot Duo. These electrical stimulation pads are designed to help temporary relief muscle pain due to strain from everyday activities. It's a TENS machine. She's selling it for $349. How much is a TENS machine? In fact, my doctor told me to buy one the other day. A TENS machine. You can get one from Rite Aid for Look here, one's for $31. $31. She's selling hers for $349. Yeah. A pelvic clock exercise device. $84. The Power Ring, a versatile 10-pound weight covered in a weight. She's selling for $89. This chick is a ripoff, right? But capitalism's bad, right? Anyways, let's get done with this. But that's what she's talking about, these woke people. What's that, David Aguilar? You can stick your finger in an electrical socket for free, right? Today's executives, let's see. Most CEOs lack the moral courage to hold their ground, she wrote, because they know deep down they aren't do-gooders and they don't want the curtain lifted. They're just trying to make their money. Well, there's nothing wrong with trying to make money. But what happens when you go woke nowadays? What do they say? You go broke.
Yeah.
You go broke.
Yeah. They're trying to appeal to what they think is their target audience.
Right.
But they're weighing the other side that.
Oh, Don's
back. Right, with NBA, I love basketball. When politics got brought into basketball, nope. I don't even know who's the best team anymore. I used to be able to tell you a lot about basketball.
Yeah, I don't watch. I used to love watching the Lakers every year. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Don't watch Law and Order SVU anymore because they just got away. They just I'm watching this to get away from the real world. I'm watching sports to get away from the real world. And this is why Dana White and the UFC, they did not take one hit during COVID.
No, he didn't.
Or during the BLM stuff. Like, they just done their own thing, and they kept politics out of it, even though Dana he's pretty open about the way he feels politically, but it was never brought into the company. We watched that to get away from reality, not to an agenda thrown at us.
Why can't I log on to my fucking Rodecaster Pro? I was gonna call Don, but because Don's supposed to call in. What's up, Cajun? Anyways, so get this. You probably heard, if you watched Crowder this morning, you heard this. Hillary Clinton roasted for claiming right-wing extremists plan to steal the 2024 presidential election. We're not saying anything about the last election. We're talking about Hillary Clinton is saying that people are going to steal the next election. Why do you think she's saying that, Drunk? Do you think it's because they know that, people are going to come out and vote right now? Oh, you brought some people over? Thank you, Only Mr. Bill. Only Mr. Bill.
I don't know this.
Always a good show to watch.
Bill, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what the strategy is for this, because it doesn't look bad that you question one election and then you want people in trouble for questioning a different one, and then afterward you're doing so. Like, Ooh. Yeah, it's very confusing. It's very confusing, but they rely on these things, but of us forgetting so quickly about political mind manipulation. But when you do it only 2 years apart instead of 4 years, people, and especially since they haven't stopped talking about since.
Well, I think Don is right. I think they're saying this because they know a lot of people are going to lose. Like they were talking this morning about all of these. There's a lot of blue states where their governors are turning red. Like Oregon, they're saying Oregon might turn red for the first time in freaking years.
Yeah,
years.
Now, what I keep hearing watching the MSNBCs is maybe not necessarily from the videos, but from the people that are talking, the crazy people, is that the conservatives, if they don't win, they're going to be screaming election meddling, shenanigans, whatever, the F word.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. There's just so much. Like I hate mainstream media. I do. Yeah. I really do.
Lindsay said it's so frustrating that the left previously and continuously promote election issues, but denounce Republicans when they do it. Right? Like in 20, like they talked about today. They shouldn't bring Crowder up all the time, but they brought him up today. They're talking about freaking. Why can't I think of her name now? Over there in Georgia. Who? Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, right? Yeah. Oh, the election's the F word. Election's this, election's that. As soon as Joe Biden wins, oh no, it's a great election, right?
Even though, like, I really would like to watch that movie that they're talking about.
Which one?
It's called like Back Chain, or it's something. It's on HBO, so you should have access to it.
You have access to it, bro. You're still on my HBO account.
Yeah, I can't remember if I had to reset anything since then, but yeah, I didn't even think of that. But I remember seeing a short little clip of it like a while back ago. I had no idea that the whole movie was made to kind of portray that she won because of this certain scenario where, like, the guy came in and hacked one of those machines. And I remember that, and, when things seemed a little off, like, I've always been iffy about those machines because I used to be a hacker. I mean, I wasn't very good, but whenever I did hack, I was pretty good with the way the technology was back then.
Oh, I don't know anything about hacking.
So, I mean, I really don't think that any election has been completely foolproof. I think as soon as you brought in the electronic stuff, and you could probably even go before that, but you're getting human error in, human emotion, but you put some technology in there, and a hacker gets a hold of it. I mean, I was telling people whenever I was still a Democrat.
Oh no, it's kill chain.
Kill chain. But I was telling people whenever I was still a Democrat that I was like, man, if a hacker really wanted to and got a huge conglomerate, I think I was throwing out Beyonce's name. I was like, Beyonce would be president.
Yeah. Hey, Christy. Hey,
like,
Trump.
They really wanted to.
Yeah. Dude, you're still on there, Drunk Uncle. All you got to do is you sign right in, bro. You got your own platform.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it.
So you can watch. It's called Kill Chain. You can watch it. I'm a whale watcher. Every day. Where the hell was I? I must have closed that out. But yeah, so let's see. What's this one? Oh, let's see what this one's about. So, if you were asked, if you bought a first class, well, I don't even know what the whole story is. So, let's see. Women doesn't give up her first class plane seat for a family and most side with her. Would you if you paid for a first class seat, would you give it up? I wouldn't.
If they're moving you to a seat that's not first class, yeah, I've got a problem with that.
Right? So it says on October 20th, Wander Wisdom published a story about a passenger on a plane who was sitting in first class. Marissa Friedman was asked by another passenger to change seats so that their family could sit together. Friedman refused and posted several videos on TikTok explaining why. If you shell out extra money for a first class ticket and somebody asks you to move, either to accommodate their family or for some other reason, would you do it? Yes or no? Now, if I was just moving across the aisle, I might do it, depending on, if I went for, like, I like the window seat, so if I wasn't in the window seat anymore, then probably not. If I had to sit next to an ugly, stinky person, probably not.
Sit in the middle? I've yet to have to sit in the middle yet.
Yeah, I hate sitting in the middle.
On the plane.
Right, because you're fighting. Even no matter where you sit, you're fighting with the motherfucker next to you over your arm space, right? They give you 2 little arm spaces like this fucking big. It sucks.
Oh, I thought it was plain etiquette that the person in the center got both armrests.
Sure it is.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't been on a plane that much, but, it's like, I can't remember what comedian said it, but it's like, you're by the window, you got the view. You're on the left, you get one armrest and a little bit of extra leg room. Kick out your leg if you want. Like the person in the middle gets both of the armrests. Okay. That's the only thing that's fair. And they told a joke about them like kind of fighting over it. And he had to wait for the person to go to sleep, and it was like.
Well, let's see. 10 little etiquette rules for flying on an airplane. Number 1, don't hold up the security line. Okay, yeah. Board and pat courteously. Yeah. Help your fellow traveler. Be willing to swap seats with the family. Okay, anyways, number 5, respect your limited space. In the cramped quarters of an airplane, maintaining your personal space will go a long way. Let the middle seat passenger use the armrest. It's the least you can do, and keep your legs within the width of the chair frame. Okay, so maybe you're right about that. I don't know. Keep your personal items personal. Converse with caution. Avoid bringing smelly food. Snooze at your own risk. Disembark calmly. Okay, maybe you're right. I guess you are supposed to give the person in the middle both. I didn't know that.
I mean, you should. Like I said, one side you got the view, which is the side that I always pick for. I guess if I'm flying completely at nighttime, then I would maybe want the aisle seat because it's easier for me to get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I'd never want to sit the middle seat, ever. So, like I said, the least that they can do is just let you put your elbows.
So I see what happens here. So I'm reading it. It says Freeman refused because she paid to sit in a more comfortable class on the plane. So that means the parents asked them to move, for her to move to coach or something like that, right? Yeah. And this is a common, this, if you guys don't know this is a common tactic, right? Oh, somebody left. See who they left, and not, or does somebody come in or does somebody leave? Now I got to fix your window again. You were halfway out. But anyway, so what they do is they buy 2 first class seats for the parents, and they stick the kid back in fucking coach, right? And then they come up to somebody in first class and be like, you know what? There was a mistake. Can you do me a favor? My kid's back in coach. Can you take their seat so we can have our kid up here? Hell no. Because, I do that. I go to concerts. I'll buy the cheapest so the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View. The cheapest seat you could buy for a comedy show is probably not $15 anymore. But you used to be for $15, you go on the lawn. And you can watch the comedy show. There's no seats, nothing. You're just sitting on grass. Right? I would always buy that seat. I'd show up in my wheelchair, and they'd be like, we're sorry, Mr. Block, but you can't take a wheelchair on the grass. Now, I knew this previously. And I'm like, oh, darn. Well, what are you going to do? Well, since what we're going to do, we're going to move you up here to the front, and we're going to put you in this nice space up here in the very front so you can see the show better. I know the scam. But I would never ask somebody to leave their seat so I can take their seats, especially if they paid first class price. I mean, come on. That's some bullshit.
I would pay I don't know if I would say reasonable, but a very good counter offer. If this were the situation, if somebody come up and asked me that, I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'm in first class. Obviously, this seat costs more.
Yeah.
You want me to move, but I can almost guarantee you the two people that are sitting next to the person that you want to come fill my seat would gladly move from coach to first class. Wow. So how about you go ask them if they want to switch seats, and then they can come chill with me, and then everybody happy except for you. You're losing a little bit of money on your seat, but that shouldn't matter because that's what you're asking me to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, so let's say we're going to go November 16th. It's a Wednesday. We're going to go from Fresno, California to JFK, New York. United Airlines. Let's just look up the price difference from first class to, there is no first class. Okay, I better change it from LAX. Let me go back to LAX. Let's do LAX. LAX to New York. JFK. There's gotta be a fucking first class. Alright, so let's look. We'll do Wednesday. We'll do a Wednesday right in the middle of the road again. Wednesday's normally one of the cheaper days to fly. And we're looking. Let's look. So, we'll just look at, because this is cool. They tell you basic, economy, fully, and premium, and then business class. Okay, well, I guess business class is like first class, right? Is that what it is with United? I'm guessing business class is first class, because that seems to be the higher up. So you can get economy class for $283, or you can go to first class, which is business class, which is $1,200. So it is six times more expensive. 6 times more expensive. I would be like, bitch, tell your crying ass kid to sit the fuck back there. I'm enjoying my champagne up here. Right?
Yeah, those lucky bitches are the only ones that, unless they change the rules, those lucky bitches are the only ones that get alcohol on the plane anymore.
It just depends on the flight. You know what? I want to go to Amsterdam. Because I have family in Amsterdam. Let's say I'm going to leave from LAX. Let's go next year. I know it's not going to happen because I'm not going to go to Amsterdam without Donnie. So I got to wait till Donnie passes. But let's go October 17th. We're going to fly to Amsterdam. And so let's search. Now, if I'm going to fly to Amsterdam, what is that? Like a 14-hour flight? I am not going to sit in fucking coach. But let's see how much coach is.
I think it takes 12 hours to get from Japan to North Carolina.
Oh, wait.
I don't know
Okay.
what the flight is, though.
So let's see. It is 10 hours and 15 minutes. And I have to fly KLM because, well, my mom always had us fly KLM. When I was a kid, I used to have a KLM plane. So it's $913. How much more is... So let's see. Do you think it's worth it to go...
Is that one way for $913?
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah, that's not...
I mean, it can't be round trip. That'd be way too cheap.
Okay, so look at this. So it's only it's 4 times more expensive for business class. But think about this. You're fucking flying for 10 hours and 15 minutes. I would prefer to be in the business class for that long. I think that's what would make it.
Sometimes you get a little nook or something when you take those long flights.
Oh, yeah.
That you might have like a little pod to sleep in, or you can move about and there's like a bar area or something, or like you can get like a steak dinner, maybe not a steak dinner, but definitely better dinner than you would on a regular airplane.
Oh, they're like, I don't know, like 6 months ago, I watched some of those. You can watch them on YouTube. What people will do is they'll fly on these first class flights and they'll show you their whole trip. Like if you go through Abu Dhabi and stuff like that, there's one, and I think we looked at the price here. It was really expensive. It was like $10,000. but they have a sleep pod. You're fully enclosed all by yourself. They give you a meal before you even get on the plane, right? So before you get on the plane, you can sit in the first class lounge where you have a chef cook you a $300 meal, you know?
I mostly heard about those on trains.
Oh, no, they have them on planes.
Yeah. The ones on trains are probably just as nice, if not more. But sometimes you got to spend 3 days on a train. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, so it says on board, this has Wi-Fi, meals and refreshments, in-flight entertainment, full flat seat. So this one, you get a full flat seat if you're in first class. Power outlets, USB, 1-2-1 layout, and carry cots, whatever that is. Just imagine 207 centimeters of leg room, a full flat 180 centimeter recline, and goodies like a privacy canopy, a 17-inch TV screen, and your own power and USB socket. Collaborating with prestigious chefs, we serve a splendid multi-course menu with light, healthy dishes. A selection of award-winning wines will be paired with your food to ensure. So you get wine. And then it says, get ready to be entertained with the latest blockbusters, award-winning shows, music, and games. Catch the movie you missed in theaters or rewatch it free. So they give you some good stuff on this.
I assume you didn't notice, but little things like this jump out at me.
What's that?
I think it's weird. This place must be like, well, of course you're looking at Amsterdam, but I think it's weird how they went from centimeters. So they went from metric to American standard. They went from centimeters to inches, all in the same sentence, basically.
Did they really? Let me see. Can you guys see this on the screen? Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah, they were talking about centimeters, and then they went to inches.
Really?
I didn't think they used inches over there.
Yeah. Okay, so Emirates. Emirates is like the top flight for Dubai and stuff like that. So I'm not playing sound because I'm trying not to get copyright trouble. But let's see. They're talking about the duty-free boutiques. I wonder if I watched this one. This may have been one of the ones I watched.
I'm not impressed with this thing, by the way.
What thing?
This sample that I got. Oh, I'm not used to like smoking blunts, but I don't know if you can see that. Like that is gummy as shit. Like it's like I'm just getting rid of it. Bye.
Okay, so if you get in first class, featuring a semi-open kitchen, offers both a la carte dining and an extensive buffet. There's salads. What is this? More salads. Is that sushi? That's like wraps. Pretty nice little place. This is not the one I'm thinking of that I saw before. So let's go inside the plane. Oh yeah, you get your own special door to go in. So let's look at this. It's a 1-1-1 layout. So this is your seat. That's a huge seat. Look at this. You got a makeup center where you can put up makeup. Freaking, you got soda up there. You got water up there. What else?
Yeah.
You got binoculars. They're gonna give you look, they give you they give you mask, juice. Look, they give you all kinds of snacks and nuts. A hot towel. I mean, sometimes it might be just once in your life, if you're gonna go on a long distance trip, why not do something like this? Why not take first class? What does it hurt? Let's see, they're showing the takeoff and everything.
I mean, definitely, if you can pull the funds, because, I mean, if you're going to be on a plane, like, 12 hours.
Right.
You're crossing all these time zones and stuff like that. Like, you may need a day and a half. When I got back from Vegas, it took me about 3 days to finally get back into the scheme of things. And I only traveled like 3 time zones away or something like that.
Yeah.
Just imagine doing that. And then you've got like a 7-day long vacation. Now it's really only a 5-day long vacation because it took you 2 days to recover
Yeah.
from being all cramped and shit.
Look, so Hope says I would rather spend more money on things to see and do than rather the plane flight. But think about this.
Think about things
what's the longest?
Because you're all fucked up.
What's the longest you've ever been on a plane for, Hope? I flew from L.A. or I flew from Fresno to D.C. And we stopped in Colorado and then we went to D.C. You're sitting there like this on a fucking plane for 3 fucking hours? That sucked. So going and doing it for like 10 hours? No fucking way. You wake up, if you get any sleep at all, you got a big old crick in your neck. You're like this, And if you got to get up to go to the bathroom, you got to step over like fucking people, and then they give you dirty looks. And then you're fighting over the armrest. No, thank you. How long does it take you to... Drunk won't go on a 12-hour fucking car ride. This says the front seat has a 32-inch full-screen TV. Right? Let's see, what else does it have? What is this? Oh, it's got little stars up on the ceiling.
When I just went from Charlotte to LA, and then I had that stupid layover, but like I was still feeling the effects. Like you could probably tell, like whenever I got in the truck, like I was just ready to get back to the location. Right. And like stopping at Walmart, I was just like, well, I do need beer. But other than that, let's make this quick. That's what I was saying in my head. Like, I'm just ready to fucking relax. Like, I'm so tense from...
Yeah. Okay, so Hope says her longest flight was 12 hours from JFK to Hawaii. Now just think, how bad was that flight? How bad was that flight? You know what? If I'm going to go on a trip to Europe, I'm going to save up a whole shitload of money before I go, and I'm going to take first class there, but I'm also going to have it to where I have enough money to spend when I'm there too. It's the only way to go. But I got...
You know what? I bet on these longer flights, you're going to have those bigger planes.
Yeah.
Right? And I bet economy in a flight from Charlotte to Miami is a far different experience than an economy flight from Charlotte to Hawaii.
I'll bet you not. It's the same fucking planes, drunk.
I figured they would have to be like bigger and cooler and stuff because they got to have enough gas to like get you all the way there.
What did you ride on? You rode on probably a 747. That's what flies across country too, or across the.
And it didn't seem different than the one that went to. No, well, I guess the one from Charlotte to LA, it was a little bit bigger. But who are on these planes where you see like 2 rows of windows? I thought those were the planes that they went across seas in, like where there's like 2 stories in them and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. So check this out. So in this suite though too, you got an HDMI port so you can plug in your laptop. So if you downloaded movies or your whatever, it also has a USB port you can plug in. It has power cords, 110 volts. It's got a mini bar on both sides. It comes with the suite holds a fold-away mirror with a vanity kit. You get a writing book, a pen. I would want to experience this just once. And so Donnie's 2 years old. He's going to live to be probably 13. So I got 11 years to save up for this. And 11 years then it'll probably be $20,000, huh? But
if you get to do all this cool shit, why would you think that you couldn't take Donnie with you?
I wouldn't want to take him overseas.
I thought you were saying he wouldn't be able to come. I was like, you're spending this much money. You might as well pay extra $500 and bring your dog.
Well, no, because if you take dogs or animals to another country, if they got to go through a quarantine process, you think he could handle quarantine for 3 days without me, or a week, or whatever it takes?
Well, that's like right now. Next year, it might not be the same. Yeah, you're talking about quarantine for...
Yeah, I remember Mommy Rammer.
Yes, I'm thinking of COVID.
I know they do quarantine dogs. I just don't know how long for.
For COVID?
No, for dogs, for going from one country to another. Oh yeah, they also give you sleepwear in these. They'll give you pajamas in the suites. I've never been to a hotel where see a la carte dining. Who's calling me now? I don't know that number. Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't know, today is, oh my gosh, Audie, what is it? Member from The Office, and they had to go to her party. What is today? It said it when I woke up, or it was maybe yesterday. Svengali? Is it Svengali? Is that what it's called?
From The Office?
Yeah, remember they had to go to her. It's like an Indian culture thing. Svengali. What?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
was that today or was that yesterday?
I have no idea. I know the thing you're talking about, but I have no idea when it is or what the name is.
Somebody's gonna tell me.
I remember the episode though.
Let me look. Yeah, but it's
Bali. I know Bali.
Well, Bali's isn't Bali the type of dance that they do, or it's like their culture maybe.
Diwali. Andy says Diwali.
Diwali, yeah, Diwali. Oh, that was yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. Today's Sean Bliss's birthday. Oh shit.
I made it. I didn't pay attention to my desk calendar because I missed National Bosses Day this month. Should have been there. Praise.
You're talking about Diwali.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, sorry. My company, I have a lot of, we're owned by Indians. I work with a lot of Indians, so that was why I was like, oh, I got to jump in and tell them.
Well, there we go. Indians have the dot, right?
What's that?
Indians have the dot, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. They're all fucking cheap.
Dot, not feather.
No offense, but they're all people that, you know, they like a good deal. Can I say it? They're not, you know, can I say it that way?
You know, it's funny. I think of like the, if we're going to do that, I think of the Chinese kind of like that, actually.
Well, no, I've actually Chinese, whenever I work with Chinese, oh no, they want to show, they want to show off their money and stuff and take you out. Like this one guy, I did a video for him and he put us up in the governor's suite, which I went down. So I was like, hey, how much does this suite cost? She's like, oh, it's like $1,500 a night. Right. Then he took us to Ruth Chris and, I was like, I'll just have this. He's like, no, why don't you get the what do you call the tomahawk steak? It's only $150. He's like, I'm buying, remember? And then I ordered a Macallan. He's like, what's the best Macallan you got? And they're like, well, we have an 18. He's like, get that. And what is that, like $50-$60 a shot?
Yeah.
But every time I worked for, it's a whiskey. It's whiskey. Every time I worked for somebody from the Middle East. Oh my goodness. I'd be like, look, this is the lowest price I can do it for. And they're like, come on, man, you do it for $20 cheaper. Come on, just save me $20. Just save me $20. Eddie, you know I'm going to use you all the time. I'm going to call you back later. It got to be...
My friend.
Yeah, and you know, they learned I was going to quit working for him, right? I was trying to quit. I kept telling my wife, I'm like, I got to get away from this guy because he fucking chips me out all the time. It's not worth working for him. And so I'd be like, you know, hey, Johnny, I need to get paid. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll pay you next week. And then he'd call me for another job, and then he'd pay me for the job from before, but he wouldn't pay me for this job, just so he could keep stringing me along. Finally, the doctor said I couldn't work anymore, and I had my wife answer the phone. And she was like, oh, he had surgery, he can't work no more, and we need the money because he's in the hospital. So he finally paid up. So... So yeah, I've had bad experiences with and with the Patels. Let's just put. I remember I'm at this guy's house, you know, and he's like, yeah, he's all, I'm gonna send you down to LA, do a whole bunch of work for. He's all, I'm gonna send you to the Roger Patels, and I'm gonna send you to the so and so Patel, and I'm like, are you guys all family? And he's like, no, he's all, and we're in my country where you come from, Eddie. If you're a Patel, that means you're a business. You own a hotel. So. You're named after I don't know how that works, but if you're a Patel, you're more than likely owner of a hotel here in the United States. Next time you see an Indian working the front counter when you go to your hotel, you'd be like, I'll bet you $20 your last name is Patel. And it will be.
He'd probably be like, my friend, if it was, I would not be working front desk.
No, they work the front desk because they don't want to pay the person. They don't want to pay anybody to work.
I got you.
They work the front desk. They do everything except for the laundry and the maid work.
So these are kind of like the low-end hotels, is what you're talking about.
Not really. They're like Howard Johnson's, you know.
Probably not getting room service, though.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Gotcha.
No, they're like, you know, the Howard Johnsons, the Red Roof. Well, I guess Red Roof Inn has food. I don't know. You know, they're like a national brand. Talk to you later, Aiden. They're like a national brand, but Andy, you've been to some of these. What are some of the names, bud?
Yeah, I thought Red Roof Inn kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, I would just be like, I don't know, I'm like Homewood Suites.
Yeah, no.
Homewood Family or like Marriott, you know.
No, not Marriott.
Yeah. I mean, because I do like Marriott Family, so.
Yeah, Marriott's a family, but they're not they're like big corporations if you own a Marriott. No, I'm talking about like Travelodge,
like
Motel 6
or something.
Yeah,
Brewery Inn and stuff like that.
Yeah, La Quinta, places like that. Yeah. Oh no,
La Quinta I think La Quinta has a breakfast bar.
Do they? Okay.
I think so.
The continental breakfast, just like a cereal or a muffin.
All right, I gotta make fun of Ty. You guys know I love to make fun of Ty. Ty is one of my best friends, but like every time we go, you know, because I always stay in the Marriott brand, so like it's either a Fairfield, you know, or I stay at the lower end of Marriott's, but still, like the Sheraton is one of them. And so you get a free breakfast, right? It's like a buffet. Every time Ty will get up real early, you know, go get some. He'll come back with like 2 cups of coffee, 2 juices, a couple milks, a chocolate milk, and have all kinds of food and all kinds of condiments. Like he's hoarding the fucking cream cheese and shit, you know, brings it back to the room. And then he goes back out there again like an hour later and he brings back some more cream cheese, some more yogurts, some more, you know, whatever he can bring. He's bringing it back. And then he's going to the ice machine or normally they have fridges and he's fucking packing this stuff up with ice, you know. When he stays at the Marriott with me, he normally goes home with at least 30, 40 of those little cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese things. You know, salt and pepper.
I was working there. I'd be like, "Come on, bro! Other people got
money's worth."
Right?
Jeez.
You know, it's you spend that money on the room. You got to get your money's worth out of the room. I mean, you know, that's just common sense.
When I take Ty, I definitely get my money's worth. Like when he showed up to pick me up, it was like 10:30, and normally they put the food away by then, right? And he's like, "Hey, Eddie, they still got the food bar out there." And I was like, well, go hit it, Ty. And it was like a kid in a candy store. You got this big old smile. And oh, and can you guys guess what he brought to eat? Come on. I know you guys know this.
Pizza?
No. Remember he wanted to put mustard on it? When I was ordering from Taco Bell, he didn't want to order. And so he's like, hey, Eddie, give me some mustard to put on my... We got in a big old argument about it. On live. No. This was when I was in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I got in a big old argument about it. I'm like, I'm not going to ask fucking the store for mustard to put on your fucking shit that you brought from another store. And he's like, ask him for a fork too, Eddie. I'm like, I'm not... No, his chicken, remember? He had to put mustard on his chicken. He bought a Costco chicken because it's $5. And for 3 days, that's all he would eat because he wanted to save money. He is definitely a smart person when it comes to money. I bet you that motherfucker's got like millions of dollars hoarded somewhere. Well, that's how you get rich, though, right?
Going to the hotel lobby at 7:30 in the morning. And like, I thought you guys had like muffins and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we did. We're out already. Like, how'd you run out of muffins? How did you run out of muffins so quick? And like Ty's coming around the corner for his second round, and they're like,
He's bringing Ty brings a shopping cart to the hotel.
You got Ty's big ass belly, like walking towards you. Like, God damn, dude, fucking cut it out for a little bit.
I love you, Ty. I love you, Ty. But you know what? I mean, I do the same thing, but just not at that level.
Yeah. I just started to think about, like, you know, other people and stuff like that.
Fuck that.
I can understand definitely, like, hitting it up, like, you know, breakfast is cut off at 10:30 or whatever, and you're heading out at like 10:45, and you're like, they're probably going to have to throw it away. And they maybe be like, hey, bro, can I grab some shit? And if they're like, fucking take it, then have at it. But I don't know.
Dude, well, and also Ty just doesn't do it for himself. Like, he'll bring stuff for me to take back, too.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I will take 3 or 4 of those fucking cream cheese things, because cream cheese is expensive. And I'll take like 2 or 3 freaking, you know, what do you call them? Bagels for the road. Couple chocolate milks. Yeah. But I mean, I'll take a couple things. I always take
I always take the shampoo and the soap and stuff.
Not anymore.
Because as soon as you gotta throw it away.
Not anymore. You can't.
What, they're gonna like reuse it?
No, now they actually have them mounted to the wall, and they're pumps, and you pump out how much you want.
Oh, well, that's smart.
Yeah,
that's smart.
That's what they do now. Yeah, no, Get down, Brownie.
Good idea. Definitely a good idea.
Right. Anyways, Andy, would you?
But now you're gonna have people that, unless they put like in small amounts, you're just gonna get assholes that come in there like, I can't take shampoo home. Fine. And just waste like 16 ounces of shampoo just to fuck with them.
Drunk uncle's coming in with the 1 gallon fucking the resealable bags, and he's like, I'll take that. All right, raise your hand if you've ever taken the fucking Kleenex from the hotel room.
I've not done that.
You've never done that? All right, raise your hand. Okay, we should play this game. I have never, ever. But I'll just say everything I've done. I have taken toilet paper from the hotel room.
No, never.
You know, the fresh ones. The new ones. They're still wrapped. The ones that are still wrapped.
Like, you got to be like pretty desperate though, because that's not exactly high quality toilet paper in those places.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, at least in the places that I've stayed at. Now that place that they put me up in LAX, like, I wish my layover was way more than just like 4 or 5 hours, because that hotel room that they put me in was dope. I don't remember what the name of the hotel was. I'll probably be able to tell you, but yeah, that place was dope.
Was it North Carolina dope, or was it California dope?
Well, I've never been anywhere else in LA, so I can't really compare it to any other places there. I got DoorDash there, so where's my DoorDash?
All right, let's see. He wouldn't take the pretzel. I just put some caramel on there. Let's see if he takes it now. He took it that time.
Hey Eddie, I got a question. Are you still thinking you're going to be in Vegas next month?
Well, I don't know. I got to figure out what happened with my truck first, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. It's like, damn.
I got to text Matt Rogers, because he's the one that invited me to so I don't know where the race is at, but who in here watches Portland Dandy? He's going to be racing in Vegas in November, and they all invited me, so it would be me and him and Portland Dandy, and then I could also bring friends. So, like, you know, I invited Andy because it's kind of close. So that's what we're talking about. I mean, it would be pretty cool to have all of us in one room, you know, Portland Andy, Eddie, and Matt Rogers. but I just don't know if I can afford it right now with all this going on.
It could be a nice, it's especially like that's gonna be right after the midterms too. So
Oh, party time maybe.
That could be a party.
Man, you know what? Let's do it. No, we'll do it. You can meet Donnie again.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't lose my wallet this time. Right?
I'd be like, yeah, Eddie, there's your wallet. Don't lose that.
Oh,
it says I was staying at Sheridan, but I could have swore that they had like 3 different hotels within like one.
Oh, Sheridan.
Sheridans
are nice.
Get some high end. Yeah. There's one in Anchorage is nice. Actually, I stayed there.
Which one?
When I pulled it pulled it up on my phone from where I had DoorDash delivered, it said Curio Fitness.
Really?
Like the DoorDash guy had a hard time finding the place, and I was kind of surprised because I was like, "This is in LA, like right by the airport, because it's like within the airport vicinity." But it was a dope hotel. That's all I gotta say. Whatever kind of mattresses they have or mattress covers, I need some of that in my life.
Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever stolen a pillow from the Marriott or your hotel.
Never taken a pillow.
No?
No.
Panda.
Haven't done that one.
Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever taken a towel from the hotel. No? Only me?
Might have done accidentally once, but I don't think so.
I don't think so. I may have.
Dude, you go down to the pool.
You know, like they have a list of there are things that they expect. They know guests are going to take at a certain rate. So,
well, what you do is you go to the pool, and they give out a whole bunch of extra towels at the pool. So you just take the towel back to your room.
Yeah.
Who's ever stolen the floor mat from the bathroom? I think I should be announcing what I haven't stolen from Marriott.
Telephone?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
How bad would it be if
I'll film it, Mike.
If you've stolen a Bible from a hotel room?
A bottle? Water bottle or a Bible? Oh, I never stole a Bible.
They I don't know if they still do it, but like the little center,
the Gideons.
My hotel had
like New Testament in there, or either the Book of Mormon. I've seen the Book of Mormons a few times.
So I always check in the Marriott. The last time I stayed at Fairfield when I was in Wyoming, and that one had the Bible. The one before that I stayed at in Albuquerque, it had the Bible, it had the Mormon, it had 3 different. So it had King James version, then it had a Mormon Bible or whatever it's called, and then the Quran. So had a little bit of everything.
So halfway speaking of religious scripture, did you know? What are you caught up in Daryl Brooks to where he's like reading the Bible now and stuff?
No.
Oh, well, the jury's out. I don't know if there's any update. The jury hadn't come back, but he made his closing arguments and all that good stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he's like charged with like 75 counts
77.
or something. Yeah, something crazy like that.
Well, he killed 6 people and hurt 71.
Yeah.
Now, there was one thing
that he said that with you watching the whole case, whether you've heard it yet or not, you continue to watch it, maybe you'll let me know.
Grounds. Hey, Judge, can I ask you something? Hey, you got to ask, Judge?
No. Yeah, but he said one thing that made me, I don't even know if I can consider it reasonable doubt, but that just, I was like, yeah, why would somebody do that? But in his closing arguments, he said, why would somebody be blowing their horn while in this act or whatever? He worded it much worse than that.
Uh-huh.
And then he did bring up the fact that that particular model car was recalled. However, I don't think he said what the car was recalled for.
Yeah, for a throttle body injector or throttle something.
Yeah, so is that what it was recalled for?
Yeah.
Something with the...
Yeah, saying that he's all, you don't have to be pushing on the throttle to make it go faster.
Oh, goodness. Now, everything else makes it look really, really bad. That, you know, just his whole demeanor and everything.
Oh,
but
you hear him yelling at the judge and, God damn it, it's like he wanted to say, you fucking bitch. You know he wanted to.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Right?
But that's the thing about criminal cases. It's not more likely than not. It's beyond a reasonable doubt.
Uh-huh.
And that's what's finicky about
Lindsay.
criminal cases. And when he said that, like, the whole time I've been like, man, fuck this guy. When he said that, I was like, wait a minute, what?
Hey, there's hope.
Like, you know,
hope just show up.
I just don't know what to think anymore. Like, is it, if I was a juror, you know, is it more likely than not that he's a fucking piece of shit? Absolutely. Beyond reasonable doubt. If I'm on the jury, So what they'll say, drunk uncle, actually it's like jury instructions, they'll say reasonable doubt doesn't mean no doubt at all. It doesn't even mean a doubt that could actually have been the case of what actually happened. But is what a reasonable person might consider, you know, because you can think, yeah, there was this whole, you know, coincidental chain of things that just led to him driving over all these people. And he honked his horn, you know, like, see, I wouldn't have honked my horn if I were to do bad things. Like, well, no, dude. I mean, you were swerving 4 people directly.
Right.
So, and then, like, when I've had road rage, like, I've hitting on the horn to get their attention. Like, hey, I'm behind you. Fuck you. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsay, his name is Donald J. Trump.
Maybe he's seen somebody in that parade that he knew. Like, maybe he had an agenda.
He was fighting with this girl.
Casualties are like, I know this bitch is going to be there. I'm going to run her ass over, and I'm going to let her know that it was me right before I do it.
No, he was fighting with this girl.
So I've watched most of the trial, and his car was looked at for the throttle issue that he brought up. I mean, the detectives looked it over way before then. They didn't find any issue with it, anything malfunctioning. But what is interesting is that the Reddit issue that was brought up at 8 o'clock tonight. They brought the jury and everybody back in.
What is that?
And so late last night or early this morning, there was a post on Reddit from a quote-unquote supposed juror in the case. And how it was written, I mean, they claim to be a juror. They claim to know things like that happened when the jury was out, which makes sense because how would they know it if they were the juror? But they were saying like how they were going to vote regardless. And then a lot of the prosecution got very similar emails throughout the day as well. And
were they saying that they were going to lean towards like not guilty?
No, guilty.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, because the jury shouldn't be looking at anything in the case, but it wasn't the juror because they were talking about things that the jury wouldn't know. And it's just, I mean, he's acting all surprised. Daryl was acting all surprised about it. And it's like, no, this doesn't seem... It seems like it was planned.
Yeah.
You know to throw the case.
Can I just say something that I find funny? Real quick. I was going to say before. Can I say it before I forget?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something before I forget. What I think is really funny is that every beginning of every day or every new juror or whatever, or I mean every new person, I do not know anybody named Daryl Brooks. I don't identify as Daryl Brooks, and I've never known anybody named Daryl Brooks. And then 2 seconds later, they're like, Mr. Brooks, would you like to cross-examine? Yes, I would. Right?
But it also shows cause because he changed clothes in multiple locations. He went to the guy's house and asked for a phone, and then he was hiding from the police. Like, it's just, I mean, if you would have done something like that by accident, wouldn't you have stayed in the car?
Right.
Yeah.
Or what?
I mean, the more that I think about it, and you guys have let me in on a few key details that, like with them overlooking the car and they didn't see any fault, and I totally forgot about, like, I was wondering, like, what happened with the car, like, afterwards. Did he, like, veer off and, like, continue, or did he crash into something and run away? But, yeah, I think it's beyond, with what you guys have told me, I think it's beyond a reasonable doubt. But that one thing he said did throw me for a loop. Like, okay, he was honking, it was recalled, but I don't know what it was recalled for. And even if it was recalled, like, do we have any evidence of that? Now I know the answers to these questions, and
right,
yeah, they're probably going to come back pretty quick.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
but they can't come back too quick because there's too many charges they have to go over.
Mm-hmm. And some of them are bail jumping charges. That's he has 76
Double
charges
jeopardy.
and then bail jumping charges.
Double jeopardy.
Double
jeopardy.
I mean, there's antics throughout the trial. It was just crazy with Fort Brooks that he made in the other courtroom, and then the disrespect that he showed to the judge along the way. And it's like, if you were trying so hard for your innocence, why are you acting in such a manner?
Oh, he act like he was gonna go and jump over the fucking table to go after the judge a couple times. Are you looking at me? Don't you see I'm wearing the headphones?
In the comment sections of some of these from that Law and Crime Network, I've seen several people calling the judge a coward
for not standing up to him.
I guess so. And I like I said, I only watch clips, so I kind of seen it as trying to keep somewhat of the civility in there. But then again, I think about, like, you love Judge Judy, like how she would be with him. And so I was trying to gauge, where I felt on that. What do you guys think? Like, do you think she was being a little bit too, like,
oh my God,
sugarcoating, or being too lenient with him, or do you think she should have been more?
Yes.
I guess to the extent of shut the fuck up, I'm the judge, type stuff.
You just gave me the best idea in the world. I am now going to make a video with him every time he bitches about something, then put Judge Judy on after it. Look, don't just piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen a few like opinions from people that I trust or whatever that said, yeah, the judge really let this guy make a mockery of the process, and she's had some more tools at her disposal she should have used sooner, because he's contumacious, like in the medieval sense, like when, like, I don't know, I think that was like, I don't know, like if you got stuck with that label in medieval times, and that it was pretty much like you were just a lost cause, and just do whatever, do whatever it took to keep you from causing issues. But yeah, the Law and Crime Network, I don't know if you ever like follow Rakita Law, but Law and Crime Network is kind of a big law. There's a bunch of liberal idiots. Like when they were doing the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, they were just poo-pooing Johnny Depp's case throughout, like saying, oh, this guy, he's just this is just so silly, and this is just a waste of time and everything. And
no, I've never seen any commentary from them. It's generally they just have a live feed up, like the first one that pops up.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how they report on it. I just will like pop. But I mean, I guess it kind of, when they select what clips that they want to put out there, then I am being manipulated by.
I mean, not that they're like necessarily bad. It's just not. Yeah, like I was taken in by them for a little bit, and then it was the Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff when they did have some editorial comment, and I was like, wait, these guys are complete idiots. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, the Rikiti Law. He's not on YouTube anymore, though, right? You got to go to Rumble.
I was about to say he got in trouble.
He was thrown off, but he got himself back on because he was able to show that it was clearly a coordinated campaign, and actually it was probably a coordinated campaign by Amber Heard's people that did it.
Oh wow!
Because he was the one who was covering the trial, and basically, he wasn't filtering it through the Amber Heard PR lens like all the other outlets were doing.
Yeah.
And as a result, he was slaughtering them in the ratings, and they didn't like that.
Right, Polly Wally? They're always waiting for treats. Always. Look at him. He's staring at me right now.
I mean, yes, the judge has been lenient, maybe too much so, but I feel like she's trying to not allow the appeals, or I mean, he's going to appeal anyway, but like for those to go through and to show that she's given them ample chances to act accordingly and to comply with the rules of the court. And I know it's really, really frustrating and annoying and to see him get away with all that. But I feel like that's the reason why she has acted in the manner that she has.
But was it yesterday or today that she yelled at him?
To shock him because he has leg cuffs on.
Was it today or yesterday she actually started yelling at him? I thought like it was like a mom yelling at a kid, like, you're going to your fucking room, almost, kind of.
Right.
Wasn't that today or was that yesterday that she started doing it finally?
I think it was... I mean, she's done it a few times.
Well, I mean, think about it. Today, so Drunk, I don't know if you watched it today or not, but I did watch today's. He walked in the room and he already started talking about jurisdiction. So he was kicked out of the room after like 20 seconds. She sent him to the other courtroom. Then she brought him back and he's like, are you going to be good? So they started to bring the jury in, and not even 20 seconds again. Judge, when are you going to address his jurisdiction that you don't hold here? And so she had to take the jury back out again, moved him to the other room. She brought the jury in. Then he's like, I don't agree with this, it's my rights, whatever. And so she brought him back. And right away, she kicked him out again within like a minute. I mean, right, guys? What was the longest you think he stayed in the main courtroom today?
Crazy. Did you see where she made him hold up the sign when he objected during the closing arguments?
No, I didn't get that part. I'm about to watch the closing arguments. In fact,
it's really funny.
Is it?
Yeah, cool. I've watched most of his closing arguments and their closing arguments, and that's where I heard about the recall. I'd heard about the horn before, like briefly, but not
right,
much.
Sneaky Pete. Well. And right, Beth, but so like I got a question then, because there's one part where they're talking about jury selection or jury, and he's like, you didn't let me do my thing and this and that, and so finally he said, well then fine, when the jury comes in here, I'm just gonna tell them, and she's like, oh no you won't, and he's like, oh yes I will.
So they go through that again, like don't even worry about that. They go through it all over again.
Okay.
But the closing arguments from the prosecution was amazing and heart-wrenching. They didn't show the videos, thank goodness, but you could hear the videos that they showed the jury, and it was just horrible.
Well, I went back and watched it. Didn't the very first cop like actually cry on the stand when he had to see the videos?
I'm not sure. I don't think I watched that interview.
Okay.
But it was horrible when Daryl Brooks called the mothers of the children who were injured and made him relive it.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that, but I can only imagine.
Yeah,
What do
two women.
What do you guys think that he? I see like two hands that he might be playing, and I don't know how he would be smart enough to pull this off without help on the back end. But number one obviously is the dumbest thing you can do is represent yourself. Mm-hmm. I mean that's just dumb. And so I wonder if his objective is, by representing himself, is somehow either number one causing so much of a disruption that there's a mistrial, or that he is found guilty but will spend the remainder of his life or until the state or whatever seems fit that he's in a mental institution. Do you guys get that?
Like, he's just determined to go kicking and screaming the whole way down, and be as much of an asshole as he possibly could be to everybody involved with it. That's his goal. He had no other higher purpose in mind. It's just, how can I be the biggest fucking dickhead who ever fucking lived on the face of the planet? Sorry.
No, you're all good.
Have they like had any like a psychiatrist or anything like that, like analyzing?
I think they said he's mentally fit.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's doing this on purpose. Just because he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, that could always be a strategy, but there's huge gaps of this case that I have no idea about. So thank goodness, you guys are letting me know. But
so, like, Beth asked, how much is this costing the taxpayer?
Like, he's just... Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so Beth asked, how much is costing the taxpayers? And, it's probably costing us a lot. Now, something just popped in my head, though. Law and Crime Network, or whatever they're called, is showing it out and making thousands, if not millions of dollars off of this episode, off of this trial, right? Why don't if we start letting cameras in courts and say, okay, you could be in the courtroom, but you got to pay the daily fees for whatever it costs to run this courtroom.
That might be something the Constitution.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, let's think of this in a business way. That way.
I understand.
Because,
I understand.
People will watch it. People will watch paint dry if they want to. Yeah. I mean, they'll watch it. So why not make money off of it?
I like watching blue paint dry the best.
I like pink. I like the pink ones.
It's fun.
Andy, what's your favorite color paint to watch dry?
Probably clear.
Oh, clear coat. That's a good one because you can see through it and you can see the shit going on. Who am I echoing through? I don't know who it is. Now it's gone. Okay.
Echo.
It's probably me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just, sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't. What else was I going to say about this trial thing, though? I don't know. He should be.
Well, while you're thinking, did you catch any? I guess the big thing tonight is the Dr. Oz and the Fetterman debate.
No. Well, wait. I heard something. Is that the one? Is that where the guy said, "Okay, and vote for Fetter Woman" or something like that?
That was a day or so ago.
Oh.
But this was something that was still currently going on whenever I tapped in. I think the debate started a little after 8:00 my time. Mm-hmm. So it already started, but like it was not good. Like Fetterman, he's like this big ass lurch. Your friend that he played the what's his name in the Goonies.
Oh,
Sloth. He's basically a sloth to me. I mean, he's just a big old, and he's had a stroke, so he's kind of fucked up. But he's trying to have this debate, and it's like even Tim Pool, like he was live streaming it, And within, I think it was like 15 minutes, maybe even less within the debate, he's like, I can't keep showing this. This is just sad. I can't do this. Like, this is very, very boring. And like, obviously his stroke he's impaired. He didn't say that to that extent, but the guy has to read off of the screen, and it's almost like he's Joe Biden, but only 40 years younger.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Whether you can recover from that, seem fit to hold any sort of power after whatever happened to him.
Dude, is it really only 8:35? Holy shit.
I got 11:35 over here.
Yeah, well, you're way the hell over there. I'm way the hell over here. From California.
No,
Fetterman is.
Whenever you visit, I'm gonna have to look. I have this mashup. It's called. I think it's called the California mashup. But it goes through like a couple songs that do the wordplay. Whenever California is brought up, it'll like mix into something else. Yeah. I think you'll like it.
I just started to look something up for you, and I forgot what. Oh, an email. I think it was one of my emails. Andy, you might want to go to this. Andy, do you like the Misfits?
He's like old or new?
New. Let me see.
Well, real Misfit fans, we love both, but we tend to have a preference.
I haven't heard anything from Andy yet.
He's still on the mutes.
Andy, are you muted?
He must have stepped away. But did you hear back from him again?
Well, not to me personally. It's like we're in like a group message. So Michael Graves, he has a show coming up in Boulder, Colorado on October 30th. So Andy, if you like the Misfits, they're going to be in Denver or Boulder. How far is Boulder from Denver? But so there's going to be a huge big old party with the Misfits in Boulder, Colorado. And they're
wearing their like costumes and stuff, like when the new wave of the Misfits came around. Like back in the day, they would have like like studded vests and stuff like that. Very punk rock, like gothic wristbands and gloves, things like that. And then
he's gonna be
like once the new Misfits started, like those studs become into like huge spikes and stuff, and big spikes on there, and like more of like the face paint and stuff. I really like where they took like the visual aspects of the Misfits too.
So Michael Graves is also going to be on the Tim Pool show on November 16th.
Oh, that's cool.
So and so when he's going to these shows, he's promoting Joe Biggs' legal fund, which you guys see it. We promote it here all the time. So if you don't care what Eddie says to go donate to Joe Biggs, if you like the Misfits, then their lead singer, Michael Graves, I got it right here, right on my phone. He says he's going to be in Boulder, Colorado, and he's going to ask people to donate to the Joseph Big funds. And then he said on the Tim Pool show, he's going to ask them to donate to the Joe Biggs funds. And yesterday he was on Alex Jones, and I guess he raised a whole bunch of money yesterday off of Alex Jones. So go Michael Graves. Go to a Misfits concert. Go check him out.
Now, if this is just kind of like an inside thing.
Because he's a Proud Boy, right?
Uh-huh.
He's a Proud Boy, right?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. But have you ever seen who his guitarist is?
No.
Okay. So this is kind of the inside joke. If he really wants people to like donate, like if he were to do it in person, he would just have Doyle behind him. And like even though Michael Graves is a big guy, like You can type in Doyle Wolf. I think his full name is like Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein.
That's a lot for me.
You want to talk about a tall Johnny Yuma? I mean, I think the guy's like close to 60 years old, and he is yoked out as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's like, my race wants to get people to like donate, but like, yeah, you don't donate, this guy behind me is not going to be upset, and you just see fucking Doyle back there just about to explode from steroids.
Oh, I gotcha.
Look him up. Type in Doyle Misfits.
Doyle Misfits.
Just real quick.
Just a heads up.
I mean,
my weed is
the
really
dude is a
in.
fucking monster.
Doyle Misfits. I'm just trying to give you the heads up. This weed is definitely kicked in. Definitely.
And keep in mind, this guy's like 60 years old. Like late 50s, 60 years old, something like that.
This guy right here? Yeah, I wouldn't want to meet him at a bar fight.
Yeah. And he's like Jersey. He's got that Jersey attitude too.
Actually, though, you know what? I don't know if you know me that well enough yet. When I get some liquor in me, I get that liquid courage, and I'll go and try and fight the biggest fucking guy in the bar every time. All my friends will get pissed.
Yeah, I heard I've done that too when I was blackout drunk, but I didn't just try to fight the biggest guy in the bar. I tried to fight the whole security staff, and I assumed that they just laughed at me, but I don't remember it.
Oh, I got offered a job by security. They're like, man, you're crippled, but you know how to fight. You want a job? They wouldn't pay me enough, though. But then all the ass I would have got, being security. Don't you get a lot of ass being security at a bar?
Yeah, you would think so, but you got to keep them hanging around you. Like, once they venture off, next thing you know, somebody else is buying them drinks, and like you can't get over there and throw your game down. You at your post. There's a lot of security where you're set to certain areas. Like, this is your area. Don't leave your fucking area.
That's true. What are you guys barking at there, Donnie? Fucking FBI.
But if you're free roaming security, oh yeah.
Right. That or I want to be a DJ at a strip club. I just can't do the song. I can't do the words though. Coming up to the stage, it's Deja. Yeah,
I got a story about that actually.
Oh yeah, hold on. He's crying. Let me let him out so he can go to the bathroom. Hold on. Is that what you want?
You want to tell the story while you're walking away?
Dude,
I think you can hear me.
Like a bitch. You know that?
I don't guess you can hear me.
You're not a female.
Anyway, I'll start the beginning of the story because I like to draw shit out. So I just moved back from the coast to the I think I was in Charlotte at that time. Trying to get some gigs, like I hadn't, got my feet planted anywhere. And I found a Craigslist ad for looking for DJs like during like the daytime hours and nighttime hours. And I was like, that's odd. And so I applied and they called me in. They told me where to go. And when I pulled up, I thought I was applying for maybe a gig at a Sam Ash music store. There was Sam Ash there. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I can, they're going to pay me to, possibly teach DJs or people that want to DJ. But no, it was, a few buildings behind, and it was a strip club. And I was like, okay, they're looking for strip club DJs. Okay. Well, and I walked in and I was like, I'm here for the DJ job. And they're like, okay, cool. We walk in, titties everywhere, just normal stuff that you see. And they just literally put me on the spot. They're like, all right, let's see what you can do. And I couldn't come up with a lot of that clever shit that they say, like, oh, get your hands out of your pants and grab, or reach your hands in the pants and get them dollars to make them. No, I couldn't that wasn't my thing. But what did catch me off guard is what I think Eddie was hinting to was while I was doing my little interview, one of the strippers came in and said something about a song being messed up that I didn't do. And or she wanted a certain song that wasn't in the playlist, and he was like, "You owe me a blowjob afterwards" or something. And I was just like, "What?" And it was just like right out there in the open. Like, yeah, you want this? You're gonna give this? And I was like, "What?" So that's how it works here.
Who knows?
Were you even listening?
I was listening. That's kind of not that's not cool. I mean that he would do that.
Well, and no, it seemed to be totally. It just seemed to be the way that place worked, and I was just kind of like, okay,
yeah, that's gross though.
Yeah. Needless to say, I didn't get the job. I guess like 80% of the work is like coming up with clever shit to say on the microphone. And they were like showing me how they went from song to song. And I was like, you're butchering it. You're playing like a specific amount of time and then just ramming the damn thing over, or basically like cutting it out and then saying something stupid and going into the other. Like, you didn't let the song get to the bridge, the chorus. Like,
I'd be like, shut the fuck up, drunk uncle.
Huh?
I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Just play the goddamn songs like I want you to. It's my fucking strip club. Yeah. They're my fucking whores. You fucking do it the way I tell you to, or get the fuck out. That's what I tell you.
But the way the thing is that the strippers are very angry, and so the reason they have to jam those songs in and out is because
late night with Eddie and drunk.
You can pick we'll say you pick a Misfits song. Most Misfits songs are 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes tops. Mm-hmm. You got one girl that wants to dance to the Misfits. Okay, cool. 2.5, 3 minutes. The next girl picks a Tool song. Tool song's 8 to 12 minutes. Who's making more money?
It's not. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that.
I didn't realize.
Guys and gals, you can tell the drunk uncle has never been to a strip club before. Do you know why they cut the songs, drunk uncle? Because you pay $20 for a song dance, right? It's going to be a 1 minute song probably. They're only going to play like 1 minute of that motherfucker. Because then they can say, "Oh, baby, did you like that?" Yeah, it's still 1 minute song because the girls are doing the lap dances to that song too. You are definitely an amateur at a strip club.
I've never enjoyed strip clubs.
Who doesn't like
nickel and dime? That's the business motto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the view at a strip club, but it was basically pointless. And then I've also realized that a lot of these girls, they do not like to be looked at in the eyes, and sometimes I can kind of see what a person is like, and when you look into their, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Hey guys, do we all see that little white screen in the corner? I forgot. I'm sure you guys forgot. Hope is still here.
Yeah, she's just like, they're talking about strippers. I can't get into this conversation.
See, when you asked the wrong question earlier. See, Hope is listening, but is she downloading? Is that how would you say? I guess downloading, huh? She is.
There's a difference between listening, hearing, and I can't remember.
Listening and paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
Oh wow, she's like these dirty. She's writing this shit down. You know, when the FBI comes to my fucking house, this is what I'm gonna tell them about Eddie.
You like strippers? Let me off. I'm like, nope, that is not good enough.
Speaking of that, you know what's really sad? So me and my brother, we hardly ever talk. And like he calls and then he texts me and he's like, "Hey, call me." So I text him like, "What's up? I'm busy." And he's like, "Just call me when you get a chance." And you know, that means it's something important. And I'm like, fuck, the FBI went to the restaurant, there was a restaurant or something like that. And no, he just wanted to talk to me about what my future was with buying a house. I'm like, motherfucker, I was like, you had me worried. He's like, why? I was like, I thought the fucking FBI went to the restaurant or something. And Sneaky Pete just said he went to a strip club that was in a barn, and the music was coming from a jukebox, and the girls would actually have to go from the stage, put quarters in the jukebox so then they could dance to it. That's a ghetto fucking... That's a ghetto strip club.
There's one in Cheyenne like that, Daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't take me.
No, well, you know.
I guess we couldn't have gone because Colorado girl probably wouldn't have gone for that.
She probably wouldn't have appreciated it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Gosh darn it. You know what? I always want to know what the
more stuff.
I want to know what the girls. I want to know if I'm gonna get all the girls coming to me just because of Donnie sitting there, right? You telling me that every girl in the house is not gonna come up and say, "Oh my God, look at the puppy! I want to pet the Saint Bernard. I've never seen one before. Can I call him? Is his name Beethoven? Is his name Beethoven?"
Probably they shimmy.
Oh, and Hope, did you see the Saint Bernard that was on Patrol Live the other night? They had a Saint Bernard at one of the houses. It's called the Show and Tell in Philly.
Friday, then no, because everything like shut down on me.
I'm not sure. All I know is it was a couple. The girl was getting arrested for arguing with the boyfriend, and they had a Saint Bernard out front, and then they go back twice.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. That was Saturday.
Yeah, they had a Saint Bernard in it. I was like, look, Donnie. He's like, shut up. I need to get him a girlfriend. If anybody has a Saint Bernard female or knows of one, and they're gonna go in heat sometime soon, let me bring Donnie by. He needs to get some. Huh, Monster?
There's probably websites for that, and like a good stud fee. I bet a Saint Bernard gets probably about $1,000. We talked about this the other night.
Yeah, probably. He's not a pure. I mean, he's a purebred, but I don't have papers.
Yeah, they're going with the papers, but well, I guess you get 500 from.
Not if they hear him whine like that, like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking
Go
about.
figure.
I mean, he lets Brownie beat him up. Oh, Browners, do you beat up Donnie? Come on. There she goes.
Aw.
He's like a
So
seal.
hey man, I'm gonna have to say goodnight. Actually, I gotta be up early in the morning, and well, I gotta work. So.
That sucks. Well, so do I. Yeah, you know what? It is kind of late. I'm tired. This weed has been kicking down for like an hour now. Anyways, guys.
Good night, Andy.
Good night, Andy. To the person that says you're live.
Good night, John. Good night, Eddie.
Good night, bud.
Gang.
I'll talk tomorrow. And hey, so for sure, yeah, I'll go. Do you want us?
Okay.
Should we get? I like it better off strip if we can.
Yeah, let's
I'll order the room and we'll talk about it.
For sure. And like, what dates do you? I mean, because I know the 12th, right? But I mean, is it like a couple days before and after, or like what? I'm just trying to think in terms of work and all that.
Let me call Matt and Andy and see what's going on with those guys.
Okay, man.
Yeah,
cool.
And if anybody wants to join us in Las Vegas, we'll be there Veterans Day weekend with Portland Andy at the racetrack.
Be a good time.
Yeah.